All right, so you're prepping for a geneticist job interview.
Okay.
We've got all the resources to get you ready
Yeah.
using RoleCatcher.
Mm-hmm.
Today, we're diving deep into interview prep to really help you nail those questions.
Yeah.
Think of us as your interview strategists.
Yeah.
We're breaking down what interviewers are really looking for and how to make your answers shine.
That's it.
So first, we have the RoleCatcher Interview Guide, Geneticist.
Right.
So let's jump right in.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Let's tackle this question.
Okay.
Can you explain your experience with CRISPR gene editing technology?
So CRISPR is a hot topic.
Yeah.
The interviewer wants to see that you're not only up to date on CRISPR, but you understand its potential and its limitations.
Right. And the guide suggests showcasing specific projects where you've used CRISPR.
Yes.
Talk about the results you've achieved
Yeah.
and the challenges you overcame.
Mm-hmm.
But they might also throw some follow-up questions your way.
Oh, definitely.
Like, what
They could ask about the ethical considerations surrounding CRISPR, for example, or how you've navigated those in your work.
Okay.
They could also dig deeper into specific challenges you faced, how you problem solved, and what you learned.
So really kind of getting into the nitty-gritty there.
It is, yeah, they want to see how you think.
That's where RoleCatcher's AI can be super helpful.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You can actually practice your answers with their AI and get feedback tailored to specific geneticist roles.
Mm-hmm.
Think of it as a personalized interview coach,
Yeah,
helping you fine-tune your responses.
absolutely.
It can highlight areas where you could be more concise or give more specific examples.
Right.
Plus, it scores your answers based on clarity, relevance, and impact.
Yeah, that way you can go into your interview feeling confident and prepared.
Okay.
Ready for the next one.
Yeah. Can you describe your experience designing and conducting genetic experiments?
So this is where your scientific method chops really come into play.
All right. They're not just looking for a list of experiments you've done.
Nope.
They want to see if you understand the entire process.
Yes.
Designing a robust experiment, collecting data meticulously, and analyzing it effectively.
That's it.
The interview guide recommends focusing on a specific experiment that highlights your role and the key findings. What kind of follow-up questions could they ask about your experimental design?
Oh, they might ask about the statistical methods you used, how you ensured the validity of your results, or even how you dealt with any unexpected challenges during the experiment.
Okay, so it's all about showing that you're a thoughtful scientist who can design experiments that generate meaningful results.
Yeah.
Now, this next question is all about data.
Okay.
Can you explain your experience with statistical analysis of genetic data?
This is where your analytical skills shine.
Right.
They want to know you can handle large data sets, interpret complex information, and draw meaningful conclusions.
And the guide suggests highlighting specific software you've used and providing concrete examples of how you've analyzed and interpreted data.
Yes, make it real for them.
Yeah, it's all about demonstrating your comfort and proficiency in this area.
Exactly.
What kind of follow-up questions might they ask to test your statistical analysis expertise?
They might ask about the specific statistical methods you've applied, or even present a hypothetical data set and ask you to interpret it on the spot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Talk about thinking on your feet.
it is.
It's a good reminder to brush up on those statistical concepts and be prepared to explain them clearly. But don't worry, RoleCatcher's AI can help here too.
Yes, it can.
It analyzes job descriptions and highlights the specific skills and software most relevant to the role.
So you can tailor your answers to demonstrate your proficiency in the areas that matter most to that specific employer.
It's all about showing that you've got the right toolkit for the job.
Exactly.
Okay, let's move on to a question that gets into the techniques used in genetics.
Okay.
Can you explain your experience with gene expression analysis using microarrays or RNA sequencing?
This one's getting pretty specific.
It is, and it's a chance for you to showcase your hands-on experience with these powerful technologies.
That's right. The interviewer wants to know you understand these techniques and can interpret the results they generate.
The interview guide suggests highlighting projects where you've used these techniques and explaining the purpose and findings. What kind of follow-up questions could they ask about gene expression analysis to probe your knowledge further?
They might ask you to compare and contrast microarrays and RNA sequencing.
Okay.
Maybe they'll want to know when you'd choose one technique over the other or dive into the limitations of each approach.
Got it.
It's all about showing you understand the nuances of these technologies.
Right. It's not enough to just know the techniques.
Nope.
You have to understand their strengths and weaknesses and be able to articulate those clearly.
Yes, definitely.
Now, for aspiring geneticists who want to work directly with patients, this next question is crucial.
Okay.
Can you explain your experience with genetic counseling and patient communication?
This one goes beyond technical skills. It's all about your ability to communicate complex genetic information clearly and empathetically to patients and families.
The guide suggests sharing specific examples of how you've explained genetic concepts to patients, emphasizing your ability to build rapport and be sensitive to their needs.
Yeah.
What kind of follow-up questions might they ask to assess your communication and interpersonal skills, especially in challenging situations?
They might ask you to describe a difficult patient interaction you've had and how you navigated it. Or they could present a hypothetical scenario like how you would counsel a patient facing a difficult genetic diagnosis.
Right.
They want to see how you handle sensitive situations with empathy and professionalism.
Those are great points.
Mhm.
It's not just about the science, it's about connecting with people
Yeah.
and being able to guide them through complex and sometimes emotionally charged information.
Right.
And this is where practicing with RoleCatcher's AI can be really valuable. It
Absolutely.
can give you feedback on your tone and language,
Mm-hmm.
helping you strike the right balance of clarity and empathy.
That's right.
Okay, let's tackle another question focused on cutting-edge technology.
All right.
Can you describe your experience using CRISPR in gene therapy applications?
This is really at the forefront of genetic research right now.
It is, and the interviewer wants to know if you're keeping up with the latest research and developments in this rapidly evolving field.
Yeah.
They're looking for someone who's not just knowledgeable, but also forward-thinking.
Absolutely.
The guide emphasizes the importance of being able to discuss current research and potential future applications.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of follow-up questions might they ask to gauge your understanding of CRISPR in gene therapy?
They might ask about the ethical considerations of using CRISPR in gene therapy,
Okay.
or about the challenges of translating research into clinical practice. They could even ask you to speculate on future applications of CRISPR in gene therapy, testing your vision for the field.
So they're not just looking for what you know. Now they're looking for how you think about the future of the field.
Exactly. They want to see your passion for genetics and your ability to envision what's possible.
All right, let's move on to a question that's all about big data.
Okay.
Can you explain your experience working with large-scale genetic data sets?
So this is a crucial skill in modern genetics.
It is the ability to manage, analyze, and interpret large data sets is becoming increasingly important in genetics research. The interview guide highlights the importance of discussing your experience with data management analysis and interpretation tools.
Yeah.
What kinds of follow-up questions might they ask to delve deeper into your experience with large-scale genetic data sets?
They might ask about specific software or tools you've used to manage and analyze large data sets.
Okay.
They could also ask about the challenges of ensuring data quality and integrity, or even present a hypothetical scenario involving a large-scale genetic study and ask you to outline your approach to data analysis.
It's about showing you're comfortable in that data-driven world and that you have the skills to extract meaningful insights from those vast amounts of information. And remember, RoleCatcher's AI can help you tailor your answers to highlight the specific data management and analysis skills that are most relevant to the role.
Right, you can use it to identify which software platforms or analysis techniques are most valued by the employer and then make sure you showcase your expertise in those areas.
Okay, one final question for this section.
Right.
Can you describe your experience developing genetic tests for clinical use?
This one really bridges the gap between research and real-world applications.
It does. The interviewer wants to know you understand the process of translating genetic discoveries into diagnostic tools that can be used to improve patient care. The interview guide recommends discussing specific tests you've developed or been involved with, focusing on their clinical significance and impact.
Yeah.
What kind of follow-up questions might they ask to explore your experience with developing genetic tests?
They might ask about the regulatory hurdles involved in developing genetic tests or about the ethical considerations of genetic testing more broadly. They could even ask you to speculate on future trends in genetic testing, showing your awareness of the evolving landscape.
So it's all about demonstrating that you can not only do the science, but also think about how it translates into real-world benefits for patients.
Exactly.
And that's a powerful combination.
It is. And remember, the more specific you can be with your examples, the better.
Now, before we move on to the broader career insights and the incredible tools RoleCatcher offers, take a moment to reflect. What stands out to you from these interview questions?
Yeah.
What are your strengths, and where could you use a little more preparation?
Remember, acing these interviews is all about connecting your unique experiences and skills to the specific demands of each role. We'll be back in a moment to explore the bigger picture of a geneticist career and how RoleCatcher can help you unlock your full potential. Don't go anywhere.
We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back.
Okay, so now that we've tackled some of those common interview questions, let's shift gears and explore the bigger picture of a geneticist's career path.
It's not just about getting the job, it's about thriving in that role and charting a fulfilling career.
Right, so let's dive into RoleCatcher's career guide, Geneticist, and uncover some valuable insights.
Okay.
What do you think?
Well, one thing that jumps out is the growing demand for geneticists. The guide mentions a positive employment outlook, particularly in specialized areas like genetic counseling and bioinformatics.
That's encouraging to hear.
Yeah.
But what about career advancement? What are some typical paths for geneticists as they gain experience?
Oh, there are so many possibilities. The guide highlights options like moving into leadership roles within research labs, becoming a principal investigator, or even transitioning to industry roles in pharmaceuticals or biotechnology.
Okay, so there's room for both individual contributor roles and leadership positions.
Right.
Depending on your interests.
Exactly.
The guide also mentions the importance of continuous learning and specialization.
Absolutely. Staying up to date with the latest research and advancements in technology is key to a successful career in genetics. The guide recommends joining professional organizations like the American Society of Human Genetics to access resources and connect with other professionals.
That makes sense. Attending conferences, reading scientific journals, and networking with other geneticists can help you stay ahead of the curve. But let's be real. A geneticist career isn't always smooth sailing. What are some of the challenges highlighted in the guide?
Well, the guide does mention the competitive nature of academia. Securing funding for research can be a constant struggle, and the pressure to publish findings can be intense.
That's a valid point. It's important to be aware of those challenges and to develop strategies for navigating them. Now, before we wrap up, let's spend a few minutes on how RoleCatcher's AI can help you take control of your career journey.
Okay.
What do we got?
Well, their AI-powered platform is truly a game changer. Can analyze job descriptions and tailor your CV or resume to highlight the most relevant skills and experiences.
So it's like having a personalized career assistant, helping you present yourself in the best possible light.
Exactly. It takes the guesswork out of tailoring your application and increases your chances of getting noticed by recruiters and hiring managers. And their AI feedback on practice interview questions is invaluable.
It's like having a personal coach helping you refine your answers and build confidence.
Absolutely. And don't forget about RoleCatcher's other features like the Employer Database and Career Compass, which offer even more resources for exploring career paths and connecting with potential employers.
Wow, it sounds like RoleCatcher has everything you need to launch a successful career in genetics.
It's an incredibly valuable resource no matter where you are in your career journey.
Okay, let's pause here and recap what we've covered so far in this deep dive.
Okay.
What have we done?
We started by dissecting those common interview questions, exploring the motivations behind them and how to craft impactful responses.
Right.
Then we shifted gears to discuss the broader career landscape for geneticists, highlighting the positive job outlook, potential career paths, and the importance of continuous learning. And we touched on some of the challenges you might face, like funding constraints and competition in academia. Finally, we explored how RoleCatcher can help you navigate these challenges with its AI-powered tools for tailoring applications and practicing interview skills.
Now, in our final segment, we'll delve into some specific resources that can help you further prepare for your geneticist interview.
Nice to you.
Stay tuned. All right, welcome back to our final segment.
Okay.
Now, we've covered a lot of ground, from dissecting interview questions to exploring career paths and leveraging the power of RoleCatcher's AI. But before we wrap up, let's zoom in on some specific resources that can take your interview preparation to the next level.
That's a great idea because information is power.
Right.
Especially when you're prepping for a big interview.
So first things first, make sure you're familiar with the latest advancements in genetics research.
Yes.
The field is constantly evolving, so staying current is key.
Absolutely. Reading scientific journals like Nature Genetics or the American Journal of Human Genetics can give you a solid understanding of current research trends.
And don't underestimate the power of networking.
Yeah.
Attending conferences or joining online forums can connect you with other genetics professionals and expose you to different perspectives.
That's right. Organizations like the American Society of Human Genetics or the National Society of Genetic Counselors offer fantastic networking opportunities.
And remember, practice makes perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Role-playing interview scenarios with a friend or mentor can help you refine your answers and build confidence.
Absolutely. And don't forget to leverage RoleCatcher's AI for personalized feedback on your practice answers. It can help you identify areas where you can be more concise, specific, or impactful.
Yeah, it's like having a secret weapon in your interview arsenal.
Right.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of geneticist interview preparation,
Mm-hmm.
what's the one key takeaway you want our listeners to remember?
I'd say it's this. Preparation is key. The more you research the role of the company and the field of genetics as a whole, the more confident and prepared you'll feel going into that interview.
Couldn't agree more. And remember, your passion for genetics will shine through if you're genuinely excited about the work and the possibilities it holds.
That's right. Enthusiasm is contagious.
So to all you aspiring geneticists out there, we wish you the best of luck on your interview journey. Remember, the future of genetics is in your hands.
And don't forget to visit RoleCatcher to unlock your full potential and take control of your career. We'll be back soon with another deep dive into a fascinating career path. Until then, happy learning.